we do the usual intro.
Hi everyone, welcome to the UK and Ireland webinar. My name is Peter Rogers. Normally I do the slides with Red. I'm Red's left hand and right hand man. I've been around as long as Red. You know, we've been building teams together. Red's obviously more upfront than me. I'm sort of the shy one really, but I'm here to obviously help. Red's not going to be on tonight, so we've got a presentation done by Red himself, which is a recording. I'm going to play the recording, so it's the normal webinar that we normally do. It's just a recording. At the end of it, if you've got questions, please, ask away. All you need to do is obviously put your question in the chat box, or wait to the end and put your hand up, and we can let you in. And one of the leaders here, I'm sure there's a few leaders here that answer the questions for you. So we'll kick it off, and we'll see you in a few minutes towards the end.
Got any IT background whatsoever, and this is true testament to anybody can do this. Before we get into this presentation, I just want to touch on a couple of the most commonly asked questions before we get into this presentation. And the first one is ONPASSIVE legal? I mean, it's probably one of the most asked questions. Yes, it is 100% legal. First registered back in November in Orlando, Florida in 2018, and subsequently also as an SSL company, and subsequently as a limited company in India in January of this year. And the other one is, can anybody join ONPASSIVE? Yes, they certainly can. There is no qualifications there. You don't have to be internet savvy or anything like that. This is an opportunity for absolutely anyone. The other one is, can I introduce, if I introduce anybody to ONPASSIVE, can myself and them make a true residual income online with ONPASSIVE? Absolutely you can. And whatever that figure that you have in your mind is attainable with ONPASSIVE. And the last most commonly question is, how does ONPASSIVE actually make its money? And that is, we are a customer-based company. At the moment, we are looking for founders to join us on this journey. But when we launch to the world, we are going to be a customer-based business that will provide digital in need now products that customers will buy online. And this is where we will make our residual income from the commissions that the customers are buying these products from. So what are we going to learn in this webinar? We're going to learn what ONPASSIVE is. The person who's in charge, the brain trust, the man who put it all together, what ONPASSIVE products are, why we actually need these products online at the moment. We'll have a quick look at the current opportunity that's normally available online, what the benefits are of being this most important thing that we're looking at now, which is the founder's opportunity. Okay.
Simplicity. Some people say it's the essence of happiness. When you keep things simple, running a business becomes that little bit easier. And when it's easier, it's a lot more rewarding. Wouldn't it be great if applying for a business loan was just, well, simple? With Capify, we make the world of funding and finance straightforward. We ditch the slow processes, cut out the complicated forms. No.
So what exactly is ONPASSIVE? Well, for a start, it's a very real business. We have 2 offices now, one in Orlando, Florida. This is our main office where our CEO is, and we have our main hub, which is in a place called Hyderabad, India. This is the Silicon Valley of India. This is where all of those really intelligent people who design and make stuff online hang out. And so our CEO decided, instead of bringing them to us, why don't we have our base there and get all of the best people in the world to produce our digital products there. This office that we have there houses around about 600 staff to give us an online presence, and that is from developers, technicians and support staff. Everybody is housed there in Hyderabad. We are an IT business, an information technology business, okay, that has artificial intelligence sewn into every single product that we have within our arsenal online. As I said, we're a bricks and mortar asset company, and we are a complete online business solution. A few pictures here of what the offices in Hyderabad look like. On the bottom right there, this is 6 stories of loveliness, being completely refurbed for us. We have a 10-year lease on this building in Hyderabad. And as you can see, it's been completely done out, and there's also a little map there on the bottom left-hand side. If you want to as well, just to have a look, you can go onto Google Maps, and if you put into the satellite part, if you put in ONPASSIVE Hyderabad, you can actually zoom in for yourself and have a look at this building there in Hyderabad. So who is the person then behind ONPASSIVE? Who is that guy that came up with this idea? He's a guy called Ashmi Farah. He is our CEO and visionary. He is the brain trust behind ONPASSIVE. He's a family man with wife and kids. And in his own right, he's got 20 years of online business experience. He's been extremely successful. We're talking about a multi-millionaire here who has been very, very successful, not only in his own right online, but also producing things for other companies. But there was a little thing that was missing that he couldn't do, or he wanted to be able to do for other people. Okay, and that was, he could be very successful online, but he couldn't get other people to do and replicate what he was doing. And he thought there must be a way to do this online. He went around looking for a company that would facilitate what he wanted to do. He couldn't find one, and he thought, do you know something? I'm going to build it myself. So with the backing of his family and close friends, he decided to come up with ONPASSIVE. But before he did that, he actually went back to college. He got himself an MIT in technology and e-commerce. He also attended Harvard to learn specifically about online business creation. And back in July of 2018, this is when ONPASSIVE started its journey to where we are right now. He wanted to give the 97%, which is the likes of you and me, a fair chance of making that residual online income that seems to elude so many people. We see so many people making money online, but it's never us, is it? It's always somebody else. He wanted to make sure that we all had a fair crack of the whip to be able to make that residual income online. So before we get into the products of ONPASSIVE, this is what ONPASSIVE is going to do for you. Now, these are big statements here, okay? With ONPASSIVE, there is no recruiting or converting of leads. Now, let's face it, guys, the worst thing in the world to do anything online is to recruit. We all hate it. We all absolutely suck at it because we get those no's, we get the looks, we get the stares, the people laughing at us, all the rest of it, and we hate it. With ONPASSIVE, we are actually physically paying ONPASSIVE to do all of these things for us. We are paying ONPASSIVE to recruit for us, and not only that, convert these leads. And with this, it is all going to be done 100% automated, hands-free. So I'm going to say that again so you understand what I'm saying. You do not have to do anything. We are paying the company to do it all for us. 100% automated, hands-free, without us having to do it. That means there's no recruiting or converting of leads. They're not only going to do that, they're going to guarantee traffic to our websites. Okay, and I'll get into that a little bit later on about traffic. Not only is it just normal traffic, it's a thing called targeted traffic. It is completely self-funding. With ONPASSIVE, we only pay out of pocket twice. That is once to become a founder right now, which is this opportunity I am sharing with you right now. And the next time you will pay out of pocket is to activate your account when we launch to the world, which is coming up very, very shortly. So that is only twice out of pocket. Everything is done for you in one place under one roof. It's going to have every imaginable tool for your success, easily accessible, like I said, in one place. There is no copycat tech or recycled tech, because ONPASSIVE, all those guys in Hyderabad, they design and make every single product and tool of ONPASSIVE. We have the idea from the internet of what we are doing. They take it away, they revamp it, and they build it from the bottom up. But this is where it gets a little bit different. Within that, we sew in artificial intelligence. Now, if you are anything or anybody at the moment, AI is the big word out there at the moment. Companies are falling over themselves to have artificial intelligence because the artificial intelligence does all the work for them. It means that you haven't got people who are trying to work out things, because the computer will work it out for us. And the best of all, everything online is with ONPASSIVE is going to be the lowest price anywhere. So let's have a look at some of the products of ONPASSIVE. Now, these are just a few here. There's about 20, but if you go to onpassive.com, you can take your time. You can browse each and individual ones of these products here, and you can get a much better understanding of what each one of these do. But we'll just go over a couple here so I can explain what our digital products and services are. Now, these products are viable products, which means they are in high demand right now. And we're not talking about millions of people using these online products right now. We are talking about billions of people. And this is the marketplace we will be tapping into. And I'll get it into in a minute why we are going to stand out from the crowd, why people are going to use our online digital products and services compared to other people. But let's have a look at that top left-hand side one, which is called Academy. This is our online e-learning center. Now, if you're in the UK, one of the examples I always use for Academy is Open University. A lot of people know that, and people go there to learn how to do anything to do with courses or GCSEs or anything like that. So if you are a university, or you are a school or anything like this, you can upload your courses onto Academy and people all over the world can access them. If you are a company, you can have training modules on there. If you're an individual, you can put courses on there, etc., etc. The top right hand side one there is OStaff. It's just our HR product. This will do everything for you, from people clocking in and out, to payroll, to taxes and VAT, etc., etc. ONPASSIVE has a product and service for everything and anything online. And the best of all of this is all of these products and services are under one roof in one ecosystem for one price. You don't have to pay individually for them as a founder. Okay, all of these are accessible for that one price. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the names, okay, that already have these products and services online and why we are going to be so different. Now, there are some big names here online: Google, Gmail, ClickFunnels, GoDaddy, okay, and much more. Zoom, for instance, what we're using now, absolutely massive. These are multi-billion pound, okay, companies in their own right. So I know what you're asking. Why would we move away from these people when I can use all of these for nothing? Well, you might be paying nothing to use their products and services, but there is plenty of people that do. And this is how they monetize their products and services. If you use Google, for instance, you have adverts up there, don't you, that pop up? Somebody is paying to have their advert up there. If you're using GoDaddy, you are paying to have a domain name and probably hosting a website as well. You have to pay for that. It's not free. If you're using Gmail, yes, it's free, but only up to a certain amount. After that, you have to pay. Zoom is free at the moment, but only up to 50 people. Past that, you have to pay. For instance, the company of ONPASSIVE has a room that houses 20,000 people. They are paying in excess of $8,000 per month just to host that room on Zoom. Again, Zoom is a massive company. They were massive before the pandemic. They are absolutely huge now. Their turnover is bigger than ExxonMobil in the whole of the US. It is absolutely crazy. So you're asking me now, why would I turn to ONPASSIVE instead of using one of these? Well, the quick answer is we will pay you to use these products and services. I'm going to say that again. ONPASSIVE will pay you to use their products and services. Now, I can't remember the last time I sent a email to somebody using Gmail and they paid me to send it. I can't remember the last time I used Zoom and they paid me to use Zoom. With ONPASSIVE, not only are our products and services going to be fresh, new, better integrated, visually better, but also we will pay you to use these products and services. Now, remember, I told you about one of those things, one of the products of ONPASSIVE, which is traffic. Now, traffic is one of the major deals online right now. If you have any business, online or offline, the number one thing you need to get eyes in front of your business is traffic, okay? Charles here gives a very good analogy of a restaurant, okay, of why it is so important to have traffic. Now, if you are in the restaurant game, it's all about location. If you're in a busy hall, a busy mall, anywhere, you have footfall coming past you all the time. Some people get hungry, they come into your restaurant. But if your restaurant is round the back, unless you advertise, you are not going to get any business whatsoever. So traffic is such an important thing. But the best of it all is targeted traffic. So what do I mean by targeted traffic? That means that somebody is actually actively looking for your product or service online, and the artificial intelligence knows that that person is looking for it. And guess what? We show them our product and service. So anybody, anywhere in the world who is actively looking for one of our products and services, ONPASSIVE will target that person. And because they're actively looking already for one of their products and services, there is a high probability that they will click on that link and then subsequently go on to buy one of our products and services. Now, one of the things that we're going to use with our traffic is video marketing. It is a new way of marketing. Obviously, ONPASSIVE is going to market in the old traditional ways, which is via emails, advertising, online, billboards, TV, newspapers. But video marketing is a new way forward. People love visuals. They love it because they can physically see it. So we're going to have broadcastable quality videos that are going to have intelligent formats, super easy user interface that's easy to share. And we are going to prioritize target audience. That means when people are looking for that particular product and service, they will be sent a short video so that they can watch it, and then they're going to click on that link. It's revolutionary, it's new, and it is above board. Remember, guys, back in the day when the internet first started, there were some massive names out there and they had some great products. So why has those companies now fallen by the wayside? It wasn't because their products were no good. It's because of new technology. It's because of a new company that has revamped these things, made them better, and that is why they are massive. I'll give you the example. Remember the mobile phones when they first started? Motorola, Nokia, where are they now? It is now Apple and Samsung. Those phones before were fine, but there's new kids on the block now who are better, cheaper, and the technology is far superior. Search engines, back in the day, AOL, Ask Jeeves, where are those now? It is now Google. It's so big, they use it as a name. Google something. They don't say search, they say, I'm going to Google it. ONPASSIVE is going to be exactly the same. They've taken the old ideas, they've made them new, they're going to bring them out that are going to be easier, cheaper, and they're also going to be far better for a business or individual because they makes their life a lot easier. So let's just recap where we are right now. What is ONPASSIVE going to do then? It is going to be a fun solution for any cause. That means you can use ONPASSIVE for anything you want. Okay, there is no qualifications. You can use it for anything you want. If you have your own business and it is legitimate and legal, you'll be able to host it on ONPASSIVE. If you're an individual and you just want to use ONPASSIVE, that's absolutely fine about that as well. We're also going to create an unlimited residual income that is paid daily. If you are in credit, you can withdraw that payment on a daily, twice daily, 3 times daily, in fact, if you want. There is no qualifications. You don't have to wait Some companies, you only get paid on a Friday or once a month or whatever it is. If that money is there in your wallet, you can withdraw it. And not only can you withdraw it into your own bank account, but there is also various ways of withdrawing it. And you can select which is best for you. All the top marketing automation is going to be done for you. ONPASSIVE is going to guarantee visitors and signups. Remember, there is no recruiting because ONPASSIVE does it for you. And all of this is going to be done using breakthrough products for the automation of your financial freedom, plus a lot more. Okay, so Richard Branson once said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it, just say yes and then learn how to do it later. Now, the reason we've put this up here now is because the window of opportunity to become a founder, okay, is closing very, very shortly. Our CEO, Ash Mufareh, has got a number in mind to be a founder, how many founders he wants in the company. At the moment, that founder's position is $97 US. In most countries, that is just a good meal out to change your future. Remember, guys, what you do now has an effect on you in 2 years' time. You do not have to know everything about ONPASSIVE to get in, but if you are in, you will win. It's as simple as that. So sometimes you need to get in just to find out more about it. So I've told you that you only pay twice out of pocket. Once to become a founder, which is $97 US, which I've just told you, and the next out-of-pocket payment to activate your account when we launch is going to be around $200 to $250 US. That's it. Twice, no payments after that, because every other subsequent payment on a monthly basis will come out of your commissions that ONPASSIVE will produce for you. Remember, guys, we are at the moment looking for founders, but we are a customer-based business. So ONPASSIVE is going to recruit for you. They're going to get customers for you. Those customers go underneath you without you having to do anything. You will earn a commission from those. That is going to pay for your monthly subscription. And then after that, any extra money goes into your wallet. You can withdraw it without you having to do a single thing. So this business model is unique because we provide a platform to those with a business so that they become more successful. If you haven't got an online business or an offline business right now, don't worry. Same as me, I haven't. So those who, for us, we provide to those that have no business or success in the online market, and there is plenty of those, I can assure you, a plug and play system that guarantees their success because we seek to help to obtain their abundance. So remember I said we'll have a quick look at the old current model available online. Okay, so the old model online, this is also offline and online that a lot of you out there will probably resonate with. Most companies are based on competition and conflict. We've all been there. We have salesman of the week. We have targets that you have to hit, bonuses that you have to get, etc., etc. And this is a horrible place to be in, having to work your absolute socks off just to get to these targets. And they're based on competition and conflict, and nobody likes that. 97% of the things you see online end up being a scam in one way, shape or form. Many of us have had that happen to us. We wake up in the morning, the company's gone, we've lost our money, the withdrawal system's been blocked, the company is having a refurb, it never comes back online. Then some things turn into money pits. We've been there. Remember, they say you're gonna get this and then you have to pay 1 month, you pay the next, and nothing materialized. And at the end, you end up $500 out of pocket or more, and you end up just saying, that's it, I can't afford to do this anymore, and you walk away. Most things require selling or recruiting. Tools are normally obtained separately, and there's never any guarantees about any of your success. And the worst things of all is they pit marketers against each other, and the compensation is based on your own efforts. With ONPASSIVE, it's completely different. Everything to do with ONPASSIVE is based on a mutual benefit. This means the more that I help you, the more you succeed, the more I succeed, and collectively, the company succeeds. And that is what it's all about, mutual benefit. We all collectively win. And when I mean win, I mean getting that residual income. It is a real business. I showed you the pictures of the offices. You can Google them. We have real products. You can go onto onpassive.com. You can search them. There is oodles of information online about them. There is real people that not only designed and made the products, but our support staff is real people. When we launch, you'll be able to phone these people in your own language as well. It is completely self-funding because we are going to pay you to use the products and services. All the marketers is done for you, so we don't have to sell. There's no recruiting. It'll have every single tool needed for your success included in those 2 out-of-pocket fees. All the tools are included in this one low price, okay? It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Marketers only compete against themselves. Whatever that figure that you have in your mind is attainable with ONPASSIVE. Nobody's going to tell you what to do. You can be completely passive or you can be active. It's up to you. You don't have to do it. If you want to, there is tangible reasons and benefits to share this opportunity. And the best of it all is when you become a founder, you'll find out about the revolutionary breakthrough compensation plan that we have, and we'll find out about that when we come to our main launch. So Ashby Farah said everybody in the near future will use something from ONPASSIVE, whether they come for the money or the tools, benefits, connections, or communications reasons. They will have a reason to come to ONPASSIVE. Guys, we all have residual bills, so why not make a residual income to pay for those residual bills? Okay, this is a true online residual income opportunity. One of the main benefits of ONPASSIVE that is going to change the internet space as we know it is AI, artificial intelligence. We have got this woven into every single product and service of ONPASSIVE. Each product of ONPASSIVE is a standalone product on its own, but collectively, because of the artificial intelligence that's woven into it, we can marry them together and they can be used together. No other company has got the ability to do this online. The only other company that has done it so far online is back in the day, Microsoft brought together Excel spreadsheet and Microsoft Office and Lotus 123. They brought that together in one package. ONPASSIVE is bringing over 50 products and services that are in high demand right now online into one place. And they can do this because we have built them ourselves. They are proprietary only for ONPASSIVE, and they all have artificial intelligence built into them. So let's recap then.
Here's to 20 million eToro users, to all the traders and investors who decided to never.
What is ONPASSIVE going to do for you? It is effortlessly going to build your team and grow your business by providing unlimited rotators that change daily, with fresh websites that change daily and destination pages, okay? And all this is done using artificial intelligence. You don't have to touch it. You don't even have to know anything about it because the company are doing it for us. The company are also going to automatically send traffic to these sites, seamlessly reviewing the customers, converting these customers and joining these customers underneath you, okay, using artificial intelligence. You don't have to touch a thing. And guess what, guys? Every single time this happens, you get a commission, which gives you that residual income that you have been looking for. So let's have a look at the growth of ONPASSIVE. It has been nothing more than phenomenal. Okay, we started, remember I said, back in July of 2018. And by the January of 19, we've got 10,000 founders. So let's leapfrog forward a whole year to the January of 2020 when there's 56,000 founders. So we've done 46,000 founders in 1 year. Pretty impressive. Let's go forward to June. what we did in a year, we've just done in 6 months, where we're now then at 90,000 founders. Then we go to September, okay, 3 months only. So we've done what we did in 3 months, 6 months, in 3 months into September, 150,000 founders. Then things started really picking up speed, and we were bringing in between 2,500 and 3,000 founders a day. Now look where we are now in May of this year. We are currently on 690, sorry, in June of this year, 692,000 founders. That is massive. No other company online has ever had that amount of founders pre-launch before they have launched to the world. Why? One reason only, because we can see the vision of what ONPASSIVE is going to do. We can see the value of what our money is going to give us with ONPASSIVE. This is why we are growing exponentially at the moment, and we want you to join us on this journey as a founder. Remember, I said that our company is growing massively. This is why I have put this little unicorn here on the bottom left-hand side. No other company has had so many founders in its company before launch. We are going to be a unicorn company, okay? Now, a unicorn company is a company that turns over $1 billion. There's plenty of big names out there. The Googles, Microsofts, the Facebooks, Disney, in fact, they are all multi-billion-dollar unicorn companies, but no company has ever done it in the first year of their business. ONPASSIVE are on target to do it within their first month of opening to the world. And that is because every single founder is going to be, in its own right, a customer stroke reseller of the products and services of ONPASSIVE. This is what's going to help generate all of that money, plus the millions of customers that are going to come in to use our products and services. So I'm going to recap before we finish then on the advantages of being a founder and why we want you to be a founder whilst you've got time at this $97 fee. Okay, as a founder, you will get exclusive access to what we call the Go Founders back office. Within this back office, you will have designated links that you can share with friends if you want to. You don't have to, remember, but there is tangible reasons to do it now whilst you can. There's also a community there. There's a leadership council. There's lots and lots of videos and updates all in this one community. You're also going to have early access to use the products and services of ONPASSIVE prior to the general public using them. You'll get priority positioning within the company matrix, within the company payment system. Didn't mean to say matrix, sorry. You'll also be a member of the inner circle. This means we'll be beta testing ideas, beta testing the products and services, okay, and then giving feedback about them before they are launched to the world, plus a lot more. So let's recap. ONPASSIVE is automatically going to advertise for you, market, convert leads, get signups, recruit these people, build your teams for yourself or any other business online, okay? This is all done automatically with our opportunity by using our breakthrough platform and ecosystem that we call ONPASSIVE. It's revolutionary. It's never been done online before. I sincerely hope that you guys will join us, okay, on this journey to become a founder now whilst there is still time, and especially at this very low price of $97. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't believe me on that, you can also pay with a Visa or MasterCard, and then you're backed by the Visa and MasterCard guarantee as well. Anyway, guys, thank you very much to listening to my presentation. This is just a snippet of what ONPASSIVE has to offer. Remember, you can go to onpassive.com to get more information. And also, please, guys, get back to the person who has introduced you to this and get that sign up link off them, okay? And they will then answer any more questions.
If you want to Okay, guys, thanks for that. I think we're back on, back off the recording there. Just having a look to see if there are any questions. Anybody's got the hand up? There doesn't seem to be anything in the chat for any guests. Just a little bit of an update there to one of the slides. Things have moved on pretty swiftly since that recording was made. Before the end of the week, we're going to be closing in on 900,000 founders, which is more than 500,000 new founder accounts this year alone. So anybody watching this for the first time as a guest, or anybody new, if they're thinking, have they missed the boat? This thing's been going for 3 years and what have you? Absolutely not. I mean, there will be people that will join this business as a founder the day before it launches. And that's how exciting is that going to be. So it doesn't really matter what sort of business you've been involved in the past, whether you've been in the networking scene or whether you've been in direct sales. You'll know how difficult it is to get customers. And if you're encouraged to build teams of distributors or agents, then that's equally as difficult. This company will do all that for you. Each founder account is a little bit like its own business center, its own shop, and you are paying the company to build a customer base for you. That, in simplistic terms, is it. There's a full product range that you can get to know about in time at your own leisure. Some people won't actually know anything at all about it. Some people will be quite interested in finding out a little bit about the products and what to use, but it's a massive marketplace. There's probably between 4.5 billion and 5 billion internet users, people that will be using at least one of these types of products. So it's a massive, massive marketplace. And just as a normal founder reseller, you'll be earning commissions on the back of customer monthly spend. So that's basically what you're looking at. Obviously, if somebody's invited you to have a look at this video, it's not a first chance to look at it. You can request a recording, which I think Peter's already put his email address in there, and you can get to look back at this recording or loads of other recordings around as many times as you need to. Peter, would you like to add anything to it, or Paddy, or anybody?
Yeah, I'm obviously sorry about the the interruptions with the different advertising that goes on in the video. I didn't know that was going to happen, so apologise about that. We have got a hand up, John Grattan, if you want to unmute yourself and ask the question.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Neil. Last night I was talking away to somebody last night who worked with Glasgow Council, with the universities and whatever else. He'd done videos, he'd done this, that, and the next thing, and whatever. And he said, as something that's illegal. I said, illegal? What way? He said, that's chain linked. I said, no, it's not chain linked. I said, what ONPASSIVE is all about is passing it on. It's not taking any money off anybody. It's not taking money from any society. It's because you get paid from businesses coming in to take over or to use ONPASSIVE products. So therefore, and he kept on, he said, I need to watch that, I need to watch this, I need to go on. And so no argument, I never said nothing to him or whatever else, but what is the difference of what we're doing and Chainlink, please, if you don't mind?
Well, first of all, John, I mean, Chainlink, what has to happen there is money has to change hands between exactly, the people that participate in that program, and that's not what we're about here.
Right.
We've got a company that is working at the moment on a full range of products. There'll be 45 to 50 products that will go out into the marketplace. So we're in pre-build. Nothing is on sale at the moment. Nothing is being bought, which means no commissions are being generated on the back of any sales. And that's very important. So when you're speaking to anyone at the minute,
Yeah,
All you're doing is you're sharing a business idea with them that they may or may not be interested in.
I did that. I done that with them, and he says,
You're not taking any money off him at all. And even if they join as a founder, their agreement is with the company.
Yeah,
That's very important.
It's totally up to yourself. I said, but look on
Yeah.
YouTube, do this, that, next thing. I said, he said, I need to be off a rear about that. I said, but it's illegal in all countries for you to do that.
Well, where has he got that information from? Because that's clearly not right, is it?
I don't understand at all. I don't understand at all.
No.
Can I just jump in? I mean, a lot of people don't quite understand how ONPASSIVE actually works, and they automatically think it's a scam or it's a pyramid or whatever, and they don't actually educate themselves properly about what ONPASSIVE is and how it's produced, how the income is going to be produced from it. It's an IT company. As Neil's already said, it's going to have between 45 and 50 different products. Which, as us as founders, we will all be customers to those products. So we will, we'll have the opportunity to purchase these products. But obviously, the people that share it with us get a percentage of the profits of the products.
Yeah.
It's like me
I tried to explain that to him, and he just said, "Oh, he went away on his bike and everything else, but that was, it's trying to put it over to people to let them know what it's all about, and it's totally."
So, some people just don't want to listen. They have it in their mind. They have it in their mind. They think they know what they're talking about, and they know. No disrespect to them, they know nothing about ONPASSIVE and how it's going to work. To be honest,
I sort of smiled at myself and I said, "Well, I'll give you a chance,
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, you just move on to the next one. You can't convince people to look. It's like taking a horse to water. You can take it to water, but you can't make it drink.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, you do is like Neil has already said. You're just sharing the business, the principle how it works. Okay, and it's a law abiding. We've got the certificates. We're in 220 odd countries in the world.
They've actually got to go and look at it. They've actually got to go and look at that to see how it is going to work.
That's right.
If they don't believe it, then fair play.
That's right. Most people that are knocking it and things, they've actually never really sat down and looked at the business. You know what I mean? And exactly. as Ash said himself, it's not for everyone.
No.
No. There's some people will never get it. It wouldn't matter what information you put in front of them, they will never understand it, and that's just life. You know what I mean?
Paddy, I can't sleep yet. I still can't sleep yet. I'm walking my dog at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I just can't sleep. I'm too excited. I've got my daughter sign up and everything else. And didn't get us wrong, I paid for it. And she says, "That is a scam, it's a scam." I just, "No, it's not." And I said, just wait.
That's all you got to do. It's all you got to do is just share it. You're not trying to convince anybody. At the end of the day, everybody's got their own judgment. All I do is I share it. If they're interested, they're interested. If they're not, I'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all you got to do. So, don't focus. Don't waste your time on people who are not really.
I never get angry. I walk away and I laugh at them. I don't laugh, but smile or whatever else. But it's just one of them things.
At the end of the day, you'll have the last laugh. So
that's right.
I mean, thank you very much, mate.
Anybody else got any questions? Let's bring on Chris, Big Chris. He's always got something to say.
Always.
Wow, I always got something to say. And I actually want to follow up on what you guys are talking about, because the truth is there's one or two people out there who are so negative, they won't even look at it. And that one negative person scares a lot of people away. And I tell people, when you hear someone talking negative, ask yourself this: is that person always negative? Sometimes you got to step up to the plate. And it doesn't take a lot to look at a presentation Q&A, especially this one. I think one of the best out there. But I tell people, when you come across that person and they're saying negative things about something maybe you're looking into, just ignore them and check out for yourself. Use your own mind and get into something. Because to be honest, I've had a lot of people that walked away from this because a negative person said something to them. And that negative person is chasing them from something that's going to completely improve their life. So I will always defend positive, and sometimes negative gets in the way, but we just keep moving forward in ONPASSIVE. We are truly an amazing company that's going to change this entire world for you and for everyone else. So thank you for letting me speak there, Paul and Peter.
Great. Oh, thanks, Chris. Back to you.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's absolutely spot on, Chris. And there's no doubt, you know, some of the worst people are your family for negativity. And the thing is, you see, if they've made their mind up about something that's negative and you make a go of it and it turns into a massive success for you, it puts them in a very, very awkward position. It sees them in a very, very negative light. And it's easier for them, for you not to be a success, so they can come out with this "I told you so" story. And that is the same frame of mind that they will have. It's not specific to ONPASSIVE. It can be anything. That's just the way that they're set up, and you'll never ever shift that.
That's right.
And there's no doubt about that. I mean, we can, you know, there are Amazon resellers out there, and people order from Amazon every day of the week, and you might be getting something through a reseller. You're not particularly bothered as long as you get what you've ordered and what you pay for, and it comes on time. Nobody's bothered, and yet they're operating in exactly the same way. This is very different. I mean, in actual fact, it's a very, very simple business, because when you say to people, you've not really got to do anything, they look at you a little bit strange and you think, well, what's all that about? You know, but you are paying the company to do this specific work for you. And the tasks that they're doing for you are particularly difficult for people to do. And they've tried for years in other businesses to get customers and maybe share businesses and get distributors and get agents and get consultants and all these people. And I'm not saying some people aren't good at that. Some people may be, but the vast majority have got something here and they still think it's negative. So there's no place to hide now, is there? There's nothing else for them to do. And it's sad. I think it's quite sad, really. And it's nothing to do with ONPASSIVE. I think, as Chris has said, and Peter said, and Paddy said, it's very, very much a mindset thing. And it doesn't matter what your background is, what your experience is, where you're from, where your parents are from. It's all about that at the end of the day. And you've got to be open to taking a look at something in the first instance. You've got to have a little bit of entrepreneurial spirit.
Right.
No doubt about that. And you've got to be a visionary. And you have a better chance of making it on ONPASSIVE if you've got those qualities. And you can tell in an instant. I mean, you become a little bit of a psychologist over the years. There's no doubt about that, after you've spoken to a lot of people. But you can spot them a mile off. And as soon as that negativity comes out and that mindset's not there, you really are just better moving on. It's as simple as that.
Mindset's everything.
Absolutely, with anything, not just ONPASSIVE.
Yeah. Oh,
everything.
with any walk of life, mindset's everything. And the thing is, because this Ash has made this transparent and open to everyone, it's not just upper business people. It's us, ordinary people. We are still of a mindset of work. You get up and you do a day's work for a day's pay, and you come home and you're tired and blah, blah, blah. And we think when you don't do that, if somebody's giving you something that's so much value for so little money, we start to question it. Whereas if this was a business solely for the rich, which a lot of businesses are, we never even hear of, that aren't as good as ONPASSIVE, they don't sit and think like that. They don't think negative thoughts whatsoever, because they're used in that mindset.
You would never get anybody.
You know what I mean? We're not used. No, you would never get. That's right, John. You would never. I've been in businesses. I was sticking 200-300 quid every month after month, and I was seeing nothing. And I'm
Yeah,
sure a
true
lot of
that.
the lads here are the same, and girls are the same. If you've been in, I've been in lots of business online, and it's cost me absolute fortunes. I have lost fortunes, and a lot of us have here. You know what I mean? We're not.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're not losing anything, and we have so much value, and we're gaining. And if you knew from, and all the people here will tell you, when from ONPASSIVE started to it is now, it's a difference in day and night. What this has become is just
Totally.
astronomical.
Totally.
You know, astronomical. The
Yeah,
size,
definitely.
it's massive. It's massive. And what this will do for your future, your family, your kids, and that's what you got to understand. You got to always think of your kids. I don't care about myself. You know, I'm 50 years of age. I don't care about myself. I'll get enough. I'll be happy. I'll do well out of it. But I'm thinking about my kids. That's who I'm thinking about. And my grandkids. I'm doing it for them. You know what I mean? That's who I'm doing this for. You know what I mean? And that's the way you need to change your mindset, and don't let negative people, because the world's full of negativity, folks. You know, don't let negative people, because at the end of the day, we don't have to sit here and do this, what we're doing. We're not getting paid for doing this. We're doing this because we want to help people. You know what I mean? It's a great thing to give back, and it's like, who was it? Was it Marty that says, like, if you see a good film on TV or a movie in the cinema or whatever, or you go to a nice restaurant, you like to tell people, you like to tell your friends about it. Wow, I had a great meal at a restaurant. This is no different. This is all we're doing is sharing it. Now, you can come on board or you can't. It really makes no difference to us. But we want to help you. We want to help as many people now before this thing launches. Because once this launches, that's it. I don't care how much money you have, you will not get into this business. So keep that in mind.
You do have a question in the chat from
Yeah, we know.
from Nepal.
Thank you, Bruce. You want to read that question out, Neil? In the chat?
Is this from
Yeah,
Annie?
yeah, it's Annie. I'm working female. I can't really understand what she's saying there. I don't know if you can understand what she's actually saying.
No, I'm Annie from Nepal. I have one question about rehabilitation centre. I am working there. I want to make how to do, sorry for my English. Most of the girls have family problems. That's why most of the girls die with drugs and alcohol problems, and why they need to make. It's a little bit lost in translation, but I think I don't know. Obviously, the people that are working with Annie there are going through a particularly bad time. There's no doubt there is an opportunity here for anyone that works there, but also maybe for the rehabilitation centre that could also
have a founder's position.
Have a position. And make a little bit of a business for it, and a fundraising opportunity maybe there that will make a massive difference for the people that are there. I'm just assuming there, because maybe it's a little bit. But yeah, there are perhaps two aspects to that.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Neil. I think that's what she's really saying. I think if she had a founder's position for herself or bought an extra position for that centre, that'll generate money for years and years. Help the people, you know what I mean, within it. So yeah, that would be very good. That'd be a great idea.
No more questions in the chat.
Excuse me for saying it again,
sorry, John.
This is myself.
Sorry, my fault. Right. I'm just saying that, you know, sorry, having a rehabilitation centre, but wouldn't it give people a more second chance of life, but to try and tell them what it's all about? And when they go into this or try this or the next thing, you say, please don't try this, and just try to keep them away from it. I would do a lot more. I can't say it as a rehabilitation centre, but for to try and keep people away from what's out there.
Yeah, I think Annie's just put up there that this is for myself. Maybe Annie's come up with she's got to a point where she's looking for something to concentrate on and to focus on. And I think if ONPASSIVE works for her, then she can pass it on to other people who work and are in that rehabilitation centre.
I can only say, before they go into rehabilitation, before they touch this stuff, right? Give them that interest, because there's nothing now. Everything's been took away from us. There's no society now. There's no social clubs for the kids to go to or nothing else. So we need something there for them to keep their minds occupied instead of hitting something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we know that, John. But at the same time, you can do both. Yeah, we can do both. You know what I mean? There's always going to be places like that. That's just a fact of life. And why not try to help them if we can? You know.
Anyway,
let's
get back on. Let's get back on track here. Is there any other questions? Anybody want to ask about the presentation? Is there any new prospects that would like to ask a question? If you're not don't want to come on obviously live on the camera, you can always put it in the chat here. We're going to be here for another few minutes, and then we'll obviously end the presentation. Then we will pass. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Anybody for anything?
Yeah, even you put it in chat, folks. You know, if you don't want to come on live and put it in chat,
Petri,
your chance.
Can't pronounce your name, but if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Petri is my name.
Yeah.
I'll put my hand down. One question. How, because this is important thing for the company to operate those data centers. Can you divulge the information how many there are that company has?
Not quite sure what the question is actually. Neil, do you?
How many data centers does the company have?
Well, data centers, I mean, as an office presence, we're looking at Orlando and India at the moment. There are others in the pipeline in Singapore.
No, I mean gigantic server halls, because this kind of stuff requires awful infrastructure.
This is going to be done
I'm talking about that infrastructure now. If you don't know, that's all right. It's just a curious question.
Neil?
I am IT.
I think it's done by cloud, isn't it? We're doing.
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah. For now, and then in time to come, we've all of our own.
Yes, I think it's a third-party cloud operation at the minute, but I think we're looking at getting our own on that score.
Hey Neil, I can bounce a little bit on that. It's a good question. Good question, Petri. Yeah, we'll be using a third-party servers, but Ash has also told us that he's going to have we're going to have our own servers as a backup, pretty much. But he's going to use that third party, and the backup is in case maybe that bigger tech company that we're using doesn't like us, we'll be able to bounce right onto ours, if that helps at all, Mr. Petri.
Petri, yeah, but it's okay. Petri is fine.
Petri,
I'm grown accustomed to it in Canada.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay. I'll put my email in the chat. If anybody wants a recording of this webinar, please just send me a message and I will send you a copy. Going back to what we were saying earlier on, obviously, you know, the principle of ONPASSIVE is share it with people, and you don't know who you're actually going to share this with. I mean, I've been involved with ONPASSIVE, you know, for 3 years. It's the same distance as Red's been involved with ONPASSIVE. When we first got involved in this, there was only 2,500 founders, and you know, obviously we're just under 1 million. So that's in 3 years. we are pretty soon to going into the soft launch. But you know, on my journey, Passive is a different business to what it was to what it is now. This is a gigantic business, and it's progressing daily. And as I was saying, that you know, you don't know who you're going to share it with. I mean, I've shared it with people. I mean, I personally sponsored it with Marty DeGamo. A lot of you know Marty DeGamo. You know, I personally sponsored Marty. Obviously, I've sponsored loads of people, but it's about sharing, and you don't know who you're going to share it with. You can share it with somebody, and they're just going to share it with everybody, and you'll find that your business will just explode, and you don't really need to do a lot. Really, it just explodes with obviously with the sharing aspect of it. Chris, sorry, not Chris. Neil. Let's go back to Neil. Is there anything else you want to say, Neil?
No, I think it's right. I think it's a massively different proposition to when we first joined. You know, I'm also, I think you joined well before me. It's November is 3 years for me, and it is. But when you're talking to people, you know, like you've done with Marty, sometimes you've got to. It's when you hit them as well, because when you speak to people, they've got to have a certain dissatisfaction level in their lives at that moment in time. If they're 110% happy with what they're doing, they perhaps won't be open to having a look at what you're doing. But if something happens that, you know, little bit of thing, they'll know that. You don't know that. You don't know what's going on in people's lives. So it's all about timing as well. But the good thing here is, I know out of all the people that we've sponsored direct, probably 2/3 of them haven't referred a single person in nearly 3 years. And that's life. You know, you can't be banging away and saying, why aren't you sharing it, and this, that, and the other, because they'll turn around and say, well, the fundamental principles of this business is that you don't have to. So you can't have it both ways, can you? But the people that are comfortable in sharing an idea and a business idea with people will do so anyway. So I wouldn't beat yourselves up about it. It's a fantastic opportunity.
And like Neil's just said, you know, you don't have to share it, but obviously it's beneficial to you when we launch that if you have shared it and you have got a small team put together, you know, it is more beneficial, and that's why we share it as leaders.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically a cash register for everyone you get in, you know what I mean? Andy, one of our colleagues, Andy Burks, is not here at the minute. He's trying to pop on. Hopefully he'll be on. But Andy explains it. He's a numbers guy, and he explains it brilliantly. So he knows just what even one or two people, because at the end of the day, it's compounding. You know, and it was Einstein that said compound's the 8th wonder of the world. And if you knew what that does to your bottom line and 12 months down there, it's just astronomical. It's unbelievable, the difference. But as I say, you don't have to. You can be totally passive. That's the beauty of this business.
Yeah, and if you share, then you are directly or indirectly responsible for creating other shops, little shops or business centres or whatever you want to call them. And Andy, if he was on, he would say, you know, this business is about customers, really. We might be approaching 900,000 founder resellers, but at the end of the first year, Ash wants to have as many as 100 million customers. So we'll be a very small percentage of the customers. And you might find that a lot of those customers are only spending $20, $40, $50, $60 a month, depending on what they want to buy. But if you're getting a commission on that monthly customer spend, what's wrong with that? Fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, can I just mention, sorry guys. Yeah, Ash did mention the people that don't like sharing or they've got zero in their team. They've got a place in Singapore, a team that are going to especially concentrate on them people that have got zero. So it's a win-win, really. People that haven't shared.
That's right, Azar. You're right. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody you got any other questions? If not, we can end this webinar. And as I said, I've already put my email in the chat. So if you want to grab it quickly before we end it, if you want a copy, then obviously just send me an email and I will definitely send you a copy of this webinar. Anybody got any questions? No? Okay.
Don't see anything now.
No. Obviously, Red did a really good job on the video. As he normally does.
Yeah, that's per usual.
Okay. Back to you, Neil, then we'll finish.
Okay, do you want to wrap up then, Peter? We'll just say that, yeah, for the founders here, we're obviously we're looking forward to Ash coming on next. Maybe he'll drop onto a webinar before the week is out. If there's any guests here that are going to join in the next 24, 48 hours, obviously you'll get the chance to drop onto any founders only webinars that appear towards the end of the week. We're here every Wednesday in the UK with our UK and Ireland weekly presentation webinar, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. UK time. Thanks very much to everyone that's attended tonight. Really is very much appreciated. And we'll see you next time. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we will see you again.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.